Those two men being Stanley Chivas of Great Britain in lane 2. Personal best of 46.48. Only fractionally slower Lucas Marez of Czechia in lane 4 with 46.61. From the outside though, Emilis Lamba. Just seen his hammer throwing compatriot qualifying the field, Marcus Antoniadis, and this is Vildas Felstedt Andersen. Michael Fatiga of Germany should be in the mix for an automatic qualifying place. There's Lucas Marez of Czechia, 56.61 his recent best. Kurspipu is one of the outsiders, and then on the inside, Stanley Chivas. Chivas' personal best, coming at another of those German under-20 internationals in Regensburg. Best part of 2 months ago, back in the middle of June. 2 times national under-20 champion for the Britons. And I'm sure he's got a great future ahead. Britain, of course, winning this event so often in the past. Rob and I were going through the list of previous winners, and it includes a fantastic lineup. So. First of 7 heats of the men's 400 metres. Chivas at this point running a very conservative first 100 metres. Kurspipu on his immediate outside now, starting to tire, but on the inside running very well in lane 4. It's Marez. Marez at the moment, the Czechia athlete, doing extremely well. On the outside as well, Antoniadis of Cyprus at this stage. Now he's having a fantastic run, the Cypriot. That's unexpected, but it's now Marez coming through. Chivas has got a lot of ground to make up, but now he's starting to go through the gears, the Brit. Just look at the way that he's accelerating. Marez still in front. Chivas left it very late, but he's coming through. So it's Marez of Czechia, Chivas on the inside, the bespectacled Brit taking second. It's very close for third. Our cameraman thinks Fatiga got it, the German. I think he might be right. The reigning German under-20 champion. I'll give you confirmations, but Chivas ran a very, very conservative first 250 metres before just going through the accelerator. I think he might want to adjust his tactics a little bit when we get to the semis.
Well, he really did leave that very late indeed. It was almost as if a switch was flipped with about 90 or 85 metres to go. Now, he may have judged it absolutely perfectly, but watch, he's on the inside here, and as the last bend unfolds and the stagger unfolds, now he starts to push down on the accelerator. He did indeed leave that very late. I thought maybe he'd taken that on the dip. He's lost out by a single hundredth, but Marez and Chevu are safely through. Fatiga did indeed get the third spot, 47.51. But it was an unusual race there. Chevu, he did leave himself a lot to do in that last 80 or 90 metres, but he's done enough, and he's into the semis.
Marez taking the honours at 47.45. Stanley Chevu, I think I was calling him something slightly different, 47.46, and Michael Fatiga not that very far back.
From the first of the heats of the men's 4 to the second. Good running from Marez and Chevu, separated by a hundredth. What about the trio of men in this one who've gone inside 47 seconds? 3 of 18 to have done that in the European under-20s this year. Andreas Linder's on the outside. He's just gone inside 48 seconds this year. Then to Volodymyr Vovchenko, national champion indoors and out, 46.98. Could there be an improvement on that? Second from the outside, who have to go out hard. Janarauskas of Lithuania, national champion the last 3 years. Then Adamczyk, European sprint medley gold last year for Poland. DeSantis, tall, relaxed-looking figure. He's a 1:49 800-meter runner indoors. Wonder if he could draw on that strength here. Adrien Courtier of Belgium, third in the national champs, but he has run a 46.93. And Nastase of Romania, second from the inside. Little fist pump for the camera. So, Nastase, Romania in 2, Courtier, Belgium 3, DeSantis, Italy in 4, Adamczyk, Poland 5, Janarauskas of Lithuania in 6, Vovchenko in 7, second from the outside, and Linda of Sweden. Courtier in 3, DeSantis in 4, and Vovchenko in 7 are the 3 quickest in this field on paper. And it's only 3 non-automatic spots, remember. Should be a good race, this one. Camera's focusing in on Vovchenko, second from the outside for Ukraine. It's the opening session of the European Championships for the under-20s. Good start from Vovchenko. He's got a distinctive forward-leaning style, and he's already eaten up the stagger on Linda on his outside. Now we're starting to see Adamczyk close the gap on the Lithuanian on his outside. No move yet from Courtier. Bold start from Vovchenko, but has he gone too hard too early? Because DeSantis is coming back in the middle. And now Courtier has the Belgian timed his drive to perfection. Look at the Lithuanian coming back into the mix. Good running there. Vovchenko was third. Courtier took it. And Janarauskas of Lithuania sandwiched in between the two. Vovchenko went out very, very hard and almost paid the price. 47.27. That was really nicely judged by Courtier, and a lovely run by the Lithuanian to separate the big names in second. That's why he's saying, yep, Lithuania, we're here, and we're not just good throwers, we're good runners as well.
Very impressive performance from Adrien Courtier, following on a recent but very illustrious tradition of 400-meter runners from the country. Here we can see he's a long way back at the moment, a bit like Stanley Cheveux, but he's coming through from about 5th place, coming off the bend to really go through the gears and come home very, very strongly. So an excellent run from Adrien Courtier. It'll be a real morale-boosting win for Courtier. As we see there, DeSantis tying up badly, the Italian. DeSantis was third on the European list coming into this event. That's a big surprise to see DeSantis struggling like that, going backwards.
Courtier with a lovely timed run. Janarauskas of Lithuania there. Vovchenko also through. Adamczyk is the third of the non-automatic qualifiers at the moment with 48.05. DeSantis really faded in the last 50. Hopefully he'll learn the lessons and bounce back better.
46.59. Just slightly quicker than him. Philipp Steinmann of Germany on the outside. 46.55. They're 7th and 8th on the European list coming into this event, so they'll want to progress through to this, and then they'll be battling for a place in the final. Very open though for that third automatic qualifying spot. On the outside it's Konidiriaris of Greece. Steinmann, who we mentioned, the fastest man in this field, 46.55. Second in the German under-20 championships recently. Onorad Kellman of Sweden and Tishenko of Latvia. Federico De Longa, part of a small Croatian team here. Hasn't broken 48 seconds, so it might be a tough call for him to get into one of the automatic qualifying spots. Banker Jorgensen be in contention for that third place if it goes to form. Stankovic of Serbia, and then on the inside, Sean Doggett, the reigning Irish under-20 champion over 400 metres indoors and out. And I'll be referring, and I'm sure Rob will as well, to that Mannheim competition. Already mentioned it a couple of times. That was when Doggett got his personal best at the end of June of 46.59. So as they settle into their blocks, it's Doggett of Ireland, Stankovic, Serbia, Banker Jorgensen, Denmark, De Longa, Croatia, Tishenko, Latvia, Omerud Kjellman of Sweden, Steinman, Germany on the outside, Konidadis of Greece, just 16 years of age, the Greek on the outside, but in good form. And the Greek going well at the moment, the 16-year-old Greek on the outside, third in the recent European Youth Olympic Festival. Doggett as well, having a good first 200 metres, the Irishman right on the inside. So at the moment, Doggett, Steinman, Greek on the outside starting to tire now. Steinman starting to pull away. The German, tall German in lane 7. Doggett now making up a lot of the stagger. And it's neck and neck between Steinman and Doggett now down the home straight. The two men expecting to be favourites. Stankovic running very, very well in lane 2, the Serbian. Very conservative first 200 metres, but came through strongly for third. But no doubt at all about who are the first two men home. It was Philipp Steinman of Germany, followed home by Sean Doggett. That was one race that went to form. Steinman winning in 47.35. Doggett just a little bit further back, 47.59, but I'm sure there's much more to come from both men. Stankovic getting the verdict. Exactly 1 second outside of his personal best, the Serbian takes the third automatic qualifying spot.
Really enjoyed that. Steinman had to work quite hard for that, you know, with about 75 to go. He started looking as though he was a little bit laboured, but Doggett's long stride began to shorten on the inside as well. Perhaps subliminally they both knew they were away and clear. And a good run from Stankovic in third. Banker Jorgensen in fourth will not go through as one of the non-automatic qualifiers. That time is still 48.05 with a Damchik. Good run in the end from Steinman, although he did have to work quite hard for that and will need to improve on that 47.35 come the semis and the final. But the German and the Irishman comfortably first and second.
Information of the times, and it is Philipp Steinman who took the win. 47.35, Sean Doggett second, 47.56. And Philipp Stankovic, who I did think was dead and buried over the first 200 metres, coming through very strongly over the second half of the race to take that all-important third automatic qualifying spot.
There's a real carnival atmosphere here. The Finns have done a fantastic job. Now, all eyes, lane 3, Connor Kelly. Is this his chance to upgrade bronze last year to a gold here in Finland? He is the fastest in the whole field on paper. Pedro Afonso of Portugal has run quicker and is here, but the Portuguese athlete is only running the 200. Massive opportunity for Kelly. Watch out for Destiny Omodia of Italy. He's a 7.06 long jumper, and at 46.79 he's got a good chance here of going through in the 400. Cedric Barth is a 21.8 200-metre runner, the German in 7. Serras, representing Portugal, trains and competes in Lisbon. Frakowiak, European under-18 medley gold medalist last year in Banska Bystrica. Then Antonov of Bulgaria, inside 48 seconds this year. But now Connor Kelly, bronze last year in 46.97, but a 45.85 on the 11th of July. The Irish have got a great history in European under-20 competitions and in the 400 at the moment. Adelecki wasn't too far away from the podium last year, and it's Renner of Slovenia on the inside. So, we've seen a good marker from Maresh and Chevu of Czechia and Great Britain with a 47.45. Quartier ran a 47.27. Kelly one of the favourites. 3 races separates him from a potential gold. Kelly in 3, Omodia of Italy nearest the camera on the outside. And watch as well for Frakowiak of Poland in lane 5. This could be quick and could give us an indication as to how confident the young Irishman is feeling. There in your picture in lane 3, in the sunshine of this gorgeous Finnish morning.
Set.
A nice roar from the crowd. Omodia will obviously go out hard because he's got no idea what's happening on his inside. Antonov has gone off quickly, and it's taken Kelly a little while to close him down. Cedric Barth, the German, coming up onto the shoulder of Omodia. Now Kelly, sort of Ewan Thomas-esque, with that white hair beginning to come through the middle. And Serras running well for Portugal. The director doing a great job there, focusing in on the Irishman. And now there's a rally from Omodia. The Italian storming through on the outside. Kelly's having a little look. Kelly from Omodia. And a very, very good run. I think it was Frakowiak who came through for the 3rd spot. Omodia had a funny race because Barth came up on his shoulder after about 200, but he rallied brilliantly in the last 50 metres. Kelly was looking around, all smiles, just a few hundreds separating the 2 men, inside 47 seconds. And it was the Pole who came through for the 3rd spot at 47.34. So Barth at 47.43 does put himself in a non-automatic spot at the moment. How impressive was that from Kelly?
Well, it was a very impressive performance indeed. Very well measured indeed. You can see that there's still plenty in the tank there. He's almost jogging his way around that second half of the second bend and then just puts in another spurt as well. Omodia coming through strongly, making up a little bit for the disastrous run a little bit earlier from Francesco De Santos. And I know the Italians thought that De Santos might potentially be in the hunt for the medals. But Kelly, well, this is a man who's already got a European under-18 medal to his name. He set that Irish under-18 record in the final in Banska Bystrica this year, and he's moving on at quite a pace.
Conor Kelly, a very, very good run. The fastest qualifier so far, along with Omodia. Frakowiak also there. Barth in a non-automatic spot at the moment, the quickest of them with 47.43. Bodes well for the semis for the Irish team. Right then. Only the top 2. A lot of attention on Conor Kelly. 13 men in this age group have gone inside 46.8. Kelly is the only one to have gone inside 46 flat. Frakowiak, European under-18 medley gold medalist last year. The Polish athlete is on the outside in 8. Cavagnou, second in the national championships for France. He's pretty evenly matched with Frakowiak, so they'll give him a good athlete to chase. Conor Kelly, bronze last year in Banska Bystrica. Fastest in the field, set that time on the 11th of July. Lukáš Mareš, 9th fastest in the field, 3rd in their national championships, such as the strength and depth in Czechia. 1 lap running. What a 4x4 team they're putting together, especially when you bear in mind Rada in the 4 hurdles as well. Jerzanek, just off the podium last year in Banska Bystrica, the Croatian, second in their national championships this year. Yet to go inside 47 seconds. Mihailo Rasenovic of Montenegro. Solid performances from him this year. He's a 10.91 100-metre runner as well. Cedric Barth of Germany, second from the inside, national indoor champion. Set that PB of 47.35 midway through July, so in good form. And Filip Stankovic on the inside. National champion in the 4 and the 8. He's a 1:51 800-metre runner, so there's good strength come the last 100 from him if he's still in contention. So it's the top 2 plus 2
non-automatic qualifiers. All eyes on Kelly with the Ewan Thomas-esque hair. Kelly in 6. He's a good target for Maresh of Czechia in 5. Just inside him. Cavanu, the Frenchman, 46.48 in 7. That's a good target for him as well. And Frankowiak on the outside. A big roar for a big battle for 2 spots. Excellent running from Kelly, 3rd from the left-hand side. Cavanu has responded. Oh, that's a real shame. Frankowiak has pulled up for Poland, so that might have consequences for them come the 4x4. But Kelly and Cavanu pretty much side by side. Maresh trying to get in the shake-up with Jerzanek of Croatia on his inside, rocking and rolling, but trying to get himself into contention. And now Kelly beginning to show his strength. He's having a look left, he's having a look right. Just needs to focus here, wants a top lane. Kelly all at a canter, and I think Cavanu just held on from Maresh for the 2nd spot. He was looking all over the place, Kelly, wanting to make absolutely certain of top spot and a top lane come the final, and that's what he's got. And Cavanu's just gone absolutely wild. It was only a couple of hundredths between him and Maresh. Maresh was coming for him, but Kelly and Cavanu sound like a great double act, don't they? They are safely into the final. Maresh, decent time, 46.90. We'll have to wait and see if that is good enough to go through as a non-automatic qualifier. Jerzanek, by the way, 47.15, season's best for the Croatian. Good run there from Kelly. He did have to work for that, but he was quite sensible to make absolutely certain nothing silly was going to happen come the closing stages. The Irishman, one race away from something very, very special. And he is a very special talent, hoping to upgrade the bronze last year to gold here for Ireland. It's a really buoyant time for Irish athletics, and there's real strength and depth. I commentated on Mark English. I think he's the first Irishman to go under 144, lowering his own national record. Great performances all over the place. Conor Kelly for Ireland is into the final, and Cavanu also there by 300ths over Maresh and Jerzanek, who'll have to wait and see. Line up for the 2nd of the semi-finals in the 400 metres. We saw the favourite win the first. How will things go here in number 2?
So the former Youth Olympic Games medalist from Malta, Mathieu Galea-Soler. Stanley Cheveux left in late but came through strongly to take 2nd in his heat yesterday. Adrien Poitier, sub-47 performer, very useful Belgian in this field. Now Milan Klemenic, 46.78, his personal best. He could very well be in contention to be one of those men that joins Kelly and Cavanu. Thomas Horak, part of a phalanx of good Czech 400-metre runners at the moment. Michel Fatiga just managed to edge his way into the semi-finals, as did this man, Krung Talug. Both men who haven't gone under 47 seconds. And on the outside, I should say inside, Biel Sidacheda. So Conor Kelly winning the first semi-final in 46.58. Very strong performance indeed. Who's going to join him? And Cavanu. Horak, 46.12, his personal best. from the inside. Grajeda, Gruntalag, Fatia, Horic, Klemenech, Quartier, Cheveux and Gallia Soler. Well, Horac starting well, also starting well. Cheveux as well, out in lane 7. Cheveux running very well at the moment in lane 6. Klemenech, the Frenchman, flying around at the moment. He's having a really good first 200 metres, Klemenech, and he's going to come into the home straight in the lead. Horac has got a lot of ground to make up at this stage. Klemenech is actually striding away. He's really pouring it on, the Frenchman. No holds barred. Horic and Gallia Soler on the outside, battling away for the second place. Well, no doubt at all about the man who was across the line first, Milan Klemenech. I think it was probably Thomas Horac, the Czech, who just edged the Maltese runner for second place. Klemenech, what an outstanding performance. And he's taken nearly half a second off his personal best with that 46.30. Stunning run. Horic does get the verdict over Gallia Soler. Gallia Soler, though, at the moment in one of the fastest non-automatic qualifying places. Cheveux edged out of it. Oh, what a great run, though, from Klemenech. That was a real surprise as well. We knew he was good, but to come here and in the semi-finals take 49 hundredths of a second off his personal best. What a great performance from the Frenchman.
Really good run there from Klemenčić. Massive PB. Horac ran well for second, and Gallia Soler of Malta will really deserve his place in the final if he gets there. He's the quickest of the non-automatics at the moment with 46.84, with Maresh on 46.90.
Stanley Cheveux just edged out in fourth place with that 47.17. Disappointing run a little bit from the Briton, who's run over half a second faster than that.
Third and final semi in the men's 400 metres. Janarauskas on the outside, national champion for the last 3 years. Could he improve on that PB of 47.67? Destiny Omodia, fifth fastest qualifier with 47 on the nose. His PB is a couple of tenths quicker than that. Philipp Steinmann, massive PBs this year. He's the 7th best in the field. Andrei Lupal, the quickest qualifier, 4th best in the field overall, national champion for Czechia. Sean Doggett, world under-20 semi-finalist, national champion for Ireland, indoors and out. And then Marco, an excellent indoor heptathlete when it comes to the multi-events, and national champion over the 4. Antoniadis of Cyprus, national champion for the last 2 years. And Vladimir Vovchenko, he's only 17. He went inside 47 seconds for the first time less than a month ago. So Vovchenko, Ukraine in 1, Antoniadis, Cyprus in 2, Marco, Spain in 3, Doggett, Ireland 4, Lupal of Czechia in 5, Steinmann, Germany 6, Omodia, Italy 7, Janarauskas of Lithuania in 8. Conor Kelly, one of the favourites, took the first semi-final, 46.58. Klemenčić of France, massive PB, 46.30 in the second. Who takes the honours here? Non-automatic spots at the moment need to be earned with times better than 46.90. Big opportunity here. Lupal, the favourite, in 5. Great atmosphere tonight. Friday night in the 3rd largest city in Finland. I tell you what, Doggett has gone out really quickly here, making up the ground in the centre of your picture in that tall green strip. Initially closing down on Lupal, but now the fastest qualifier puts on the afterburners. He's taken out Steinmann outside him. He's dragging the Irishman with him. Conor Kelly's already there. Steinman's still in contention, but it's Lupal at the moment from Doggett, with Steinman now beginning to rock and roll. And don't rule out Vovchenko on the right-hand side. He can finish strongly. This is quick, you know, and Doggett having a look round. Lupal and Doggett 46.36. Only a few hundredths slower than Klemencic and his massive PB in the second semi-final. While Conor Kelly made the final for Ireland in the first, and Doggett made the final for Ireland in the third. Really good running from Lupal. I think we have a crackerjack final on our hands. Klemencic is the quickest qualifier, but very, very impressive. Doggett with a new lifetime best, by the way. In fact, Lupal's broken his PB. Omodia in third will miss out with 47.15, but the men in first and second with lifetime bests, and they have a chance to do it all again come the final.
Well, outstanding run there. Lupal, personal best. Doggett just outside the Irish under-20 record. Of course, that's held by Conor Kelly in the first heat. So the penultimate final here on the penultimate day. The men's 400 metres. Well, Conor Kelly, the Irishman, in lane 4. Perhaps the favourite, the only man under 46 seconds this year. However, I was very impressed with Klemencic. First, though, the first of the two Frenchmen in this final, Melvin Kaninyov, silver medalist in the National Under-20 Championships. Here's the man who beat him to the line and clocked a huge personal best of 46.30 in the semis. First of two Irishmen, Sean Doggett, actually beat Kelly in the Irish Under-20 Championships. Andre Lupal set a personal best of 46.36 in his semi-final. 2 times national Under-20 400-metre champion. Conor Kelly, European list leader, 45.85 for the Irishman. Thomas Horach, just 17 years of age, but he's run close to 46 seconds. The first ever Maltese finalist in these European Under-20 Championships, Mathieu Galea-Soler. And on the inside, the second Czechia runner, Lukas Maresh. From the inside, Maresh, Czechia, Galea-Soler, Malta, Horach, Czechia, Kelly, Ireland, Lupal, Czechia, Doggett of Ireland, Klemencic of France, and on the outside, Cavanaugh of France as well. 3 Czechia athletes, 2 Frenchmen, and 1 from Ireland, Malta. I should say 2 from Ireland and 1 from Malta. Well, Kelly started very quickly over the first 50 metres. He's absolutely flying. Horach on his inside doing well at the moment, but there's a big gap emerging between Kelly and the men on his inside. Kelly now bearing down on Lupal on his outside. Kelly running really well through the first 250 metres. On the outside, though, it's Klemencic. Klemencic also had a flying bend there. Kelly and Klemencic, shoulder to shoulder. Kelly's just got the advantage, and now the strength of Kelly. He's starting to pull away. The Irishman is on his way to gold. Irish eyes are smiling. Conor Kelly takes gold in the men's 400 metres, and 45.83 for the Irishman. It's a new Irish under-20 record. What an absolutely fantastic run from Kelly. There you can see it on your screens, reducing his own national record by 0.02 of a second. Klemencic delivers. He looks so good in his semi-final, just slightly slower than that semi-final win. But the Frenchman takes silver, and Lupal, not far from his personal best either. The Czech takes bronze. What a terrific run, though, from Kelly. He started quickly, and he finished like a train.
Great run from Klemenic. I thought at one stage perhaps Kelly had gone too hard too early and Klemenic was going to reel him in. Lupau responded wonderfully well to Kelly going past him down the back straight. He didn't panic and came back at the rest of the field. Kelly thoroughly deserves that. He's been this season's outstanding performer in this division. That's why he was the first man inside 46 seconds. And how about that? A national under-20 record. Klemenic, a brilliant silver for him. He has had a great few days, the Frenchman. And what a day for Czechia single lap running. Varner shares the bronze in the 4 hurdles. Rada takes gold in the 4 hurdles. And they've got Lupau on the podium here. Their 4x4 quartet for tomorrow is eye-wateringly good. But tonight belongs to Connor Kelly. Fabulous. This was the point, Phil, where I thought just fractionally Klemenic might have Kelly and Kelly could be in trouble, but he showed really, really good strength down this last 60 metres to not fold and in actual fact to pull away from the tiring Frenchman and to nick a couple of hundredths off his national record.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think this might have been one race too far for Klemenic. He had that wonderful personal best of 46.30, and I think he might just have left a little bit on the track in that semi-final, but nevertheless he came through strongly for silver. But all eyes are on Kelly.
Doing an interview in the stadium. Do you know what? There is something Ewan Thomas-esque about him. He's just got great belief and strength. And you never quite know what you're going to get. Well, the Irish really have great success in the European age groups, and hopefully Kelly will use this as a brilliant stepping stone to greater things in the future. Klemenic is a really, really classy runner, second from the outside, but Kelly withstood his advance round that second bend and had the honour of raising that right arm in the air to celebrate the gold and the national under-20 record.
Well, David Gillett, who is the Irish record holder, senior Irish record holder, 44.88 if I remember rightly. He works for Irish broadcasters these days. I'm sure he's watching this with great interest and wondering whether his Irish record might have it for a year or two, but it might also be on a borrowed time. Connor Kelly coming home, 45.83 for that national under-20 record. Still got a little way to go to get Gillett's record. A huge talent. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in the under-23 ranks in the coming years. Klemenic as well. All credit to him. Even if he was feeling a bit tired, he showed fantastic reserves to come through and take the silver. Lupau as well, same thing. Of course, he also had a personal best in the semi-finals as well. So those two men came here with their A game. Personal best in the semi-finals, medals in the final.
Hey, I'm Ellis Fitzgerald, and you need to go and sign up to European Athletics U20.